The build-up has been enormous to the Longines Singapore Gold Cup of 2014. War Affair shooting for the elusive Triple Crown. Let's take a look at the race. All set. Gates back, racing in the Longines Singapore Gold Cup, and away quickly Goodman, and also Step It Up, Emperor's Banquet over on the inside. An Ideal Guide commenced well. Quechoir's a little deep going into the first corner. Knight's Command a little keen between horses. Cheetah on Fire just off them, followed by Flaxville. Buena kicked through on the inside. War Affair, the favourites, trapped out a little deep into the first corner. Flax went forward inside of him. They were followed by Martin. Then Wild Geese, Goliath, Trapeus over on the inside. Lazar went back, and last of all is City Lad as they race towards the back straight. 1,600 metres to go in the cup, and Goodman takes over, led from Quechoir. Well, from a wide draw, he's got to cross into a great position. Over on the inside then is Emperor's Banquet, followed by Ideal Guide, who's getting a little keen and moving up on the outside. They were followed by Knight's Command. Over on the inside, Cheetah on Fire, followed by Step It Up in a fairly good position, although he caught out 3 wide. Next of all is Flax, then Valbuena. They were followed by War Affair, 3 deep, but with cover now. Over on between horses is Martin, followed by Trapeus, then Wild Geese, Goliath. Well back was Lazar, and back at the tail of proceedings is City Lad. So they're about to work off the back halfway, 1,100 metres to go. Goodman for Craig Newitt shows the way in the cup as they turn off the back, followed by Quechoir up on the outside in second. Ideal Guide a shade wide, still a little keen, followed by Emperor's Banquet. Next of all then is Cheetah on Fire. Over between horses then is Knight's Command, Step It Up, Valbuena, War Affair. He's about to go up on the outside. They were followed by Trapeus, sneaking through nearer the fence, followed by Martin. Wild Geese, well back is Flax, then came Lazar trying to make a long run. Well back is Goliath as they turn in, and last of all is City Lad. Top of the strike, Goodman is the leader. Going up on the outside to test him now is Quechoir as they turn in. Over on the inside, Cheetah on Fire. War Affair comes at him out in the middle of the track, followed by Trapeus. He's running on strongly behind them. Quechoir went to a narrow lead. Cheetah on Fire, Trapeus, Goodman. War Affair finding the weight a little bit too much. It's Quechoir in front. Cheetah on Fire, Trapeus running on his Emperor's Banquet. War Affair near the end. Quechoir just in front. Cheetah on Fire driving through on the inside. Emperor's Banquet late, but Quechoir for Corey Brown takes the cup. Quechoir wins it from Emperor's Banquet. Close up on the inside is Cheetah on Fire just ahead of Trapeus. War Affair was gallant, runs 5th. They were followed by Valbuena. Next across the line was Goodman, followed by Knight's Command. Then Step It Up, Martin, Ideal Guide, Goliath, City Lad, Wild Geese, Flax and Lazar. Quechoir from the wide barrier draw has got across to sit outside the lead and has held plenty of challenges at bay to take out the Longines Singapore Gold Cup. Corey Brown and Patrick Shaw celebrating a big victory here, and Pat's gone first and second with Emperor's Banquet running on super strong. Cheetah on Fire, he got a lovely run, seemed to have his chance. Trapeus probably loomed as the one you wanted to follow through at about the 300 metres. War Affairs being gallant, but the weight and the wide trip, although he had a bit of cover, has just proven a little bit too much. And well, the history books will show that another Triple Crown chance has gone begging here. 12, 11, 13 and a photo. It looks like at number 10, so all the low numbers here, 12, 11, 13, 10 and 1 after the Longines Singapore Gold Cup. And the win goes the way of Quechoir by pure prize out of Queen's Cabaret for Avengers Stable. Patrick Shaw, Corey Brown takes it out, an Argentine 4-year-old. It's only had the 6 runs here in Singapore for 3 wins now, and adds a Group 1, our biggest domestic race, to his resume. Emperor's Banquet by Holy Roman Emperor out of Invisible Quest for T-Men Stable. Pat Shaw, Naresh Jaglalal, 5-year-old Australian bred, and 13 goes the way of Cheetah on Fire by One Cool Cat out of Kindness for Wilson Racing. Bruce Marsh, Lisa Allpress, a 6-year-old New Zealand bred. It is 12, 11, 13 and 10, a length and a half, then 3/4 after our feature race of the afternoon as we head downstairs.
Great moment there for Pat Shaw, and everyone connected with this horse. Corey Brown off the lightweight went forward, and he's been able to win, and Pat's horse is running so well. We saw Emperor's Banquet doing his best work late on. Ricardo Lagrange, such a huge part of the team with Pat Shaw. We'll talk to Pat in a moment, but we'll get a reaction from Ricardo Lagrange. Ricardo, great effort from yourself and the whole team, and what a performance from the horse.
Mate, it was a mission when we bought this horse to win the Gold Cup. I think we won it 6 years ago, and to run first and second again, which we did the time before, is really great. a massive team effort. Thank you to everybody, and just what a day.
Okay, well done.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. How's that feel, Pat?
It feels great. Obviously, this is the big one, barring the Singapore International. But to run first and second, I've done it before, and to do it again is quite an achievement.
The tactics, once the barrier draw came out, you were sort of committed to go forward?
Obviously, yes. I spoke to Corey. Corey said he'll jump and go, irrespective. And you know, like I said, he's a true stayer, and I didn't worry too much about the barrier. And when Corey made the weight, that was my biggest concern.
Okay.
He rode a cracker.
Congratulations.
Thanks ever so much.
Let Pat go down and celebrate with this horse, Keshwar, and the connections. Gee, they made some noise upstairs, I can tell you, Edward, and why wouldn't they?
Corey Brown there enjoying this with Pat Shaw. He's had great horses here, Pat, with horses like Rocket Man, Atto. And this is a horse bought from Argentina. He's bought a lot of them over the years. This must give him a great thrill. And what a day for Pat Shaw too, Matt. This is his 4th winner for the day, just dominating here at Kranji. Corey Brown, he's won a Melbourne Cup before in 2009 with Shocking. I have to say, with that victory celebration, there was a little bit of that Shocking Melbourne Cup celebration in that as well. So maybe a little bit of an ode to that victory, and he calls Singapore home now too, so that'll give him great satisfaction to get a major like this, particularly with the call he had to make between Keshwar and Goodman. He's weighing in now, Corey. Big call between Goodman and Keshwar. It's paid off. You must be glad you've chosen Keshwar now, Corey.
Look, Edward, Goodman's been obviously very, very good to me, and so is the Laxon camp. But when I rode this horse, the first time I rode him, he just gave me a super feel. And with no weight on his back, I knew that he was going to be extremely hard to beat in the Gold Cup. It was a very hard choice. Like I said, Goodman's been probably my favourite horse since I've been here in Singapore, but it's a business. And after I rode this horse, his second win here, he felt like a real good horse. If he got a good run in the race with no weight on his back, it was going to take a lot of beating, and it showed today.
Take us through the race, because looking at it on paper, it wasn't ideal for you from the barrier draw.
I was actually really disappointed that Pat sent me to do the barrier draw, because I've done it a couple of times before in other races and always drawn bad. And true to form, I drew out 15 and it wasn't good. But like I said, with no weight on his back, and not that there was a lack of tempo on paper, but I knew Goodman would go forward and a couple of others. But once I settled outside the leader, he come back to me really nicely. And really, for the weight that he had, there was no better position to have him in up there out of trouble. And I knew he would accelerate with no weight. And like I said, the further we went into the race, he was going to win by more. You know, he's a quality horse. He's got Derby written all over him next season, so I'm really happy to be sitting on his back.
Presentation time after the running of the Longines Singapore Gold Cup of 2014, and a very warm welcome to His Excellency the President of the Republic of Singapore. It is our great honour and privilege to have you, Mr. President, grace the Singapore Turf Club Charity Race Day and the 85th running of the Singapore Gold Cup. Joining us on stage today, Mr. Tan Guang Ching, Chairman of the Singapore Turf Club, Mr. Moses Lee, Chairman of the Tote Board, Mr. Juan Carlos Capelli, Vice President and Head of International Marketing from Longines International, Mr. Eddie Pang, Longines Ambassador for Elegance, and Mr. Samuel Yong, Vice President, Longines Singapore. It is now my pleasure to invite Mr. President to present the trophies for the Longines Singapore Gold Cup of 2014. The winning owner, trainer and jockey will also receive the Longines Conquest Classic, compliments of Longines. The Gold Cup this year going the way of Keshwar, raced by Avengers Stable. Please make welcome Emily Huang. Well done to Emily and everyone involved with Avengers Stable, putting so much time and effort into racing here in Singapore. And today they win big time with Keshwar, the horse from Argentina, coming over and taking the Longines Singapore Gold Cup. Emily will also receive a Longines Conquest Classic from Mr. Juan Carlos Capelli. Congratulations to Avengers Stable. What a terrific horse. He's won 3 in a row, and today he takes out the Group 1. Our congratulations go to Emily Huang and everyone associated with Avengers Stable. It's Keshwar's Gold Cup in 2014. The winning trainer, Pat Shaw. Well done to Pat, having a golden day here in Singapore today. He's been a leading trainer here for many, many years. And he receives the trophy from the President. Well done to Patrick. And Pat will also receive a Longines Conquest Classic from Juan Carlos Capelli. Terrific training performance here. The horse who's not been in Singapore for all that long, but his last couple of runs have been fantastic. He's gone win-win, and then today a win in a big Group 1, the Longines Singapore Gold Cup. Congratulations go to Pat Shaw. Well, this man had to make a big decision between Goodman and Keshwar. The jockey, Corey Brown, he chose correctly. And he gave it a terrific ride as well. Congratulations to Corey Brown. He's been in Singapore for a little while now, Corey, but he's cracked the big time here today, taking out the biggest domestic race. And Corey will also receive a Longines Conquest Classic from Juan Carlos Capelli. Congratulations to Corey Brown. A lot of hard work going in to make the lightweight during the week, and Corey and the horse have done the rest today. That's it for the presentation after the running of the Longines Singapore Gold Cup of 2014. Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you, Mr. Capelli, as well. Congratulations go to all the winners after the running of the Longines Singapore Gold Cup, and we invite all on stage to remain on stage for a group photo.
Well, what an outstanding training performance from Patrick Shaw, finishing first and second in the Longines Singapore Gold Cup for 2014. The weight, the wide barrier, just a little bit too much for War Affair. Thanks for your company. It's been an outstanding Longines Singapore Gold Cup for 2014. We'll see you next year. Gates back. Racing in the Longines Singapore Gold Cup, and away quickly Goodman. And go up on the outside. They were late, but Keshwar for Corey Brown takes the cup. Keshwar wins it from Emperor's Banquet.